Well, we started off the week with a banger, shooting that 2 hour into positive territories. The bulls able to step up as we did notice some of those reversal signals, suggesting a potential trap. As we got those updated monthly expected moves, we did notice that the Qs were creating some 30-minute signals below their monthly expected move. So we knew that taking some kind of short position here was a bad decision. And we went over that multiple times in multiple videos. So we don't have to go over that today. But instead, today we're going to talk about how to go from here because volatility did get it wrong. Volatility did not get the 85% probable little pullback day in here. Instead, we popped off to the upside. So we got part of those 15% opportunities there. And this is something that we need to navigate from this point forward. So let's get into it. Very briefly here, I wanted to show you that the daily MACD for volatility has now curled down right next to the center line. This tells us that volatility has the opportunity to go negative. This is something that we were bringing to your attention by the 2 hour chart, completely giving up, completely going into negative territory. And the only hope here for the bears was some kind of squeeze. And we labeled that as low probability. We labeled it as more so continuation of the selling would be more likely, at least till we get down to something like 1504. We're getting close to there as of right now. So looking at volatility, is this some kind of massive crash trap right now? I've actually seen people who are saying at the lows previously that we were going to crash. Now they're also saying as we go up this fast that we are going to crash down from those levels. I want to be very clear here. This 2 hour MACD is not by the center line. Stock market crash here is not necessarily on the table. The way that you would say, hey, if I want to stay away from any risk, the market can do what the market wants to do. It could, volatility could soar tomorrow for whatever reason. You would need this daily chart to curl back into positive territory rather quickly. So that is something to keep on your radar, but it is very low probability according to the 2 hour chart with the positioning of the MACD. What we would really be looking for here is just some kind of 2 hour move like this that then continues to move to the downside as you are in a negative trend. If you get up by that center line and then you curl back down, that can be a problem for the bears out there who are screaming this stock market crash nonsense at this point. We've been telling you that the game has changed. We put in the thumbnail, the game has changed. We described why it was changing. We described everything going on here. And if the bulls were able to get some kind of squeeze, that is how they could resolve this. You see the squeeze. We should not be surprised at this moment. How likely is it for us to see some type of pullback from that weekly expected move? Well, the 30-minute chart here is shaping up a bunch of little divergences. So volatility is not dropping off dramatically with the SPY getting a nice upward move there, even going to the weekly expected move. We did violate 1 point of divergence, but we didn't necessarily curl down on the MACD. So as of right now, you do have some potential extended divergences over in this area. They are still there, suggesting that a 2 hour move can happen. So we have to consider that a 2 hour move can happen to the upside for the VIX, and now we need to discuss what that could mean for the SPY and get you guys those daily expected moves. The weekly ranges are in purple here, and we have your daily expected moves of 762.08 and 753.26. The full technical analysis course is down there for 80% off. You have less than, I believe, less than 30 days to snag that if you want to get it while it is on sale. If you want to learn how we like to look at opportunities around this, how we like to look for confirmations, all kinds of things. It is a full technical analysis course in my book. I think that all the information in there is pretty much what I deem as necessary in order to be a successful trader. But like I said, everyone can do things differently. You are welcome to utilize that information in any way that you see fit to make yourself successful. So we need to consider the SPY here, though. We see 762.08. We see 753.26. The very simple version of this is, hey, on Tuesday, we're going to pull all the way down into that daily expected move. We're going to sit there until Wednesday, and then we're going to be able to confirm back to the upside and continue this party. But since we have seen a major move like this, we want to consider if the 2 hour does cross down. If the 2 hour does cross down from this area, we have seen a well enough positive move that the most likely thing would be to carve out some kind of higher low as we potentially go test the 5 day moving average. So, as of right now, I do not see any kind of sell signal to talk about the major bear case here. I do not believe there is a bear case here at the moment. If it starts to shape up, especially during market hours, make sure that Patreon members, you have those notifications on, because we will put out a video during market hours if we see something that looks like a big hiccup in the market or conditions are changing. The conditions right now are very much so to the bull side because of today. If you want to join Patreon, that link's down there as well. But I think we need to get into the 30-minute chart and discuss how positive this darn move is. My goodness, that is a big positive move. The 30-minute chart, if that is able to curl to the downside, you would be looking for what? Well, you'd be looking in the good buyers. I would leave it available to go down to here, maybe even take care of a gap or something like that. So you're watching kind of this 5 day, you're watching inside the gap, but you're also watching that daily expected move of 753.26. That will be a good level to watch for tomorrow, because if the 30-minute is able to pull back for the majority of the day, and then we're able to curl into positive territory, say on Wednesday, then we can start to make some kind of move outside of the weekly expected move. It does mean that we are very likely to see an extension here. How this would overall say, yeah, we're actually going to get a 2 hour pullback to come down deeper, is you very likely will start to see some rejections, no confirmation in positive territory, anything like that. So as of right now, the market seems pretty darn simple. The bulls were able to step up exactly where we said they had to. They stepped up, which means this party is most likely going to continue all the way up to that monthly expected move of 775.06. Patreon members, I will be posting all of the monthly expected moves on the right side of your screen later tonight, so make sure to have those notifications on. But let's go over to the Qs and see what's happening over there, because there is something that we can read into here that does add up even more to. We're going to probably extend by the end of the week. Qs here have an argument. Now, this is just something that I've noticed over time, so we're going to discuss it. We noticed that the Qs are not at the weekly expected move. And just so you know, if you did take the signals we talked about down here and you were able to benefit from this, this is a decision-making area for the SPY. But I do want you to consider one thing here, which is the Qs are not there, and they are very likely to get there, right? 75% of the time, you will see us tag those sides. Hey, we saw the SPY do it. So what could overall take place here? Well, we already discussed how the SPY easily could just pull back and make a move outside of its weekly expected move. But you notice that the Qs aren't there yet, but the MACD is still very elevated. So how do we think about this? Well, going into decent buyers, coming down to a daily expected move. Even if we wanted to go down a little bit deeper, that's fine. But overall, we would say this is most likely going to curl up once again. And if you do get some kind of pullback, it most likely is an opportunity leading towards a move to test the weekly expected move at that point. So right now, the market here for the Qs seems pretty simple. The 30-minute, if that is able to dink off of this daily expected move, let's keep it real simple. If the 30-minute tomorrow can go off of that daily expected move and confirm back to the upside, you are very likely going to test something like 70703. That being said, right now you're kind of in a squeeze mode, so we got to see when this thing wants to stop. I think it's very likely to stop and pull back tomorrow as the SPY has hit its weekly expected move. We're going to go over the 2 hour chart after we discuss why this is very good. I've seen this so many times, it's insane, and we've talked about it plenty of times before. Then it goes both ways. If the SPY is able to get to that weekly expected move, but the Qs aren't quite able to get there, you could see a small pullback in the Qs, a small pullback in the SPY to then extend, and then we can see that the Qs can get to that weekly expected move. So that's all it is. As far as I've seen it in the long time using these, that is something to consider here. It's very likely for this 30-minute to extend. And another checkbox of that is the fact that you still have that weekly expected move that has not been tagged. Now, there is still a somewhat risky signal here, which is why I think tomorrow, if you're bullish on this move right now, which totally makes sense. The 2 hour chart here for the Qs is still suggested to be potentially risky. If the 2 hour crosses down, it can easily carve out a higher low of its own. It can easily come down to the weekly and carve that out. It could even make a divergence point from this standing. But as we are squeezing, those type of things are very low probability. It's very, very likely that if you see a 2 hour curl down, you're going to get a 2 hour higher low. So I just wanted to point that out. But it is by the center line, which means those things can happen. So we have to mention them. As of right now, I'm not leaning towards that. I think a 30-minute pullback into a further squeeze to extend this 2 hour makes the most sense for the market, but we'll see how the market proves itself over time. There is one thing that I have to click over to the SPY to show you real quick because it's something that we've been watching. The daily chart was able to confirm in positive territory. Notice it is right where it needed to. It ended up happening. A couple more days of selling, and that might have gone away. It didn't happen. The bulls stepped up right as the Qs went outside of the monthly expected move, and SPY was able to confirm into positive territory. This leads you to believe that a test of the high, or I would say a test of the highs up in here, or going to make a new one, would make total sense here. So the risky thing is if this daily curls right back down, then there could be some kind of trap. But once again, looking at those shorter time frames, that is lower probability. If you had an argument for some kind of maybe lower high, that could potentially be on the Qs because their positioning of the MACD on the daily scale is completely different. It is well negative. So even if you climb up to here, if you're just starting to go positive and then you roll, you can set up kind of a reversal signal in here at some point. So we'll monitor this very, very closely and keep talking about it on YouTube. But I would mainly, for going into tomorrow's session, be really just having this on your mind, the 30-minute chart and your lower daily expected move, and the fact that your MACD is so positive that if you get a 30-minute pullback, it is very likely to extend, and the Qs would be pointing directly towards the upward weekly expected move. IWM, same boat, and giving us some very clear good buyers. I mean, the very, very clear buyers are all in this area. I mean, there's a huge amount of good buyers there, but let's get you guys those daily expected move. 298.70 to the upside, 293.74 to the downside. We notice the 30-minute MACD is well positive at this moment too. So once again, this means that most likely if we do get a pullback, it will be bought up by buyer demand, and we will see an extension of this overall move that you're getting here for IWM. IWM is currently at its weekly expected move, so it can make a move outside of the weekly as of right now. And at the end of this video, since you watched this far, I'm going to give you the second standard deviation for the SPY for this week, okay? The 2 hour chart here, a little bit less risky than something like the Qs, but I think if it crosses down right away, if you just see this completely vomit, obviously if this crosses down by the center line, we will still consider it risky. But as of right now, you see some great buyers, so you would need to see probably 30-minute lower highs or something like that to really be convinced we can take out this low and head lower. In fact, the more simple thing to happen here is just to curl up on the daily, as we did talk about how this was very controlled. If you curl up on the daily while you're by that center line, well then test the high, go make a new one, and Patreon members, go look at your weekly and monthly expected moves for IWM, because if the daily is able to confirm over there, that is very likely where we are heading, possibly even by OPEX with this kind of velocity behind it. So for IWM, very, very critical to be watching this daily chart. Very nice move here, a little bit of a breakout. So this is all good things for the bulls today. Now, what signal really told us that something like this could happen? I think a big signal was volatility, but I'm sorry, not volatility. A big signal were those divergences, the Qs going outside the monthly, helping us not make a bad decision or anything like that. Those were two helpful things, but also the dollar here. The dollar was very, very nice to show you the confirmed lower high. That tells us that the weekly is likely to pull back. So we want to monitor this closely and just say if the dollar starts to contradict that, that would be the dollar curling up into positive territory. I don't see any real signals that suggest that that is going to happen right now. Right now, you are looking for more continuation. That is what is being suggested here. And weirdly enough, if the 4 hour chart crosses up, oh, we're kind of crossing up, aren't we? So if this is able to get some kind of move, it is very likely to fail and go down to deeper levels. And you can see here that the 4 hour, again, the dollar on the 2 hour is suggesting the 4 hour can get some kind of move to the upside here. This might be another thing leaning towards some kind of pullback coming tomorrow. So as we wrap it up with the SPY, it looks like we are very likely to see this type of scenario play out going into tomorrow, right? Something like this. So the Qs can then get to their weekly expected move. And then we'll probably be looking for a 2 hour pullback. But if even if the 2 hour just decided to right now and we wanted to pull back for a couple of days, would that be very worrisome? As of right now, the SPY and volatility are suggesting that that would not be the most worrisome thing at this point. So it looks like this is going to extend, and that's why I appreciate that we trade like water on this channel. We're very adaptable and we pay attention to every reversal signal, especially when it is around our critical levels. So I think today we have to end the video by saying thank you, thank you, thank you to the Qs for showing us the 30-minute divergences outside of the monthly expected move, because that stopped a lot of the decision making from going to the bad side, right? It stopped you from, if I didn't have 3 to 5 reasons, then I don't think anyone had 3 to 5 reasons to take a bearish trade down there. And that's overall what I was trying to discuss over the last few videos. So I do thank you guys for watching this video. I appreciate you guys liking and subscribing and doing all that stuff. There's links down there if you want to try to learn or just be a part of Patreon for some extra information that can really help you. But other than that, I hope you have a great rest of your night. Peace out, guys.